Hey guys, how are you doing? If you are confused to choose between iPad 10th generation and iPad Air, in the next few minutes, you are going to make the decision based on the features and what your usage is going to be. So recently I have published a detailed video about iPad Air with M1 processor and iPad 10th generation, whether it is still worth buying right now in 2025 or not. I'll leave a link to them in the description and in the first pinned comment. You can check that out if you like to have a detailed look about its features. So let's quickly go through the feature set, and side by side I just want to share my suggestion whether the 10th generation will be suitable for your requirement or the iPad Air will be suitable for your requirement. So the difference between the iPad 10th generation and iPad Air. iPad 10th generation has 10.9-inch display diagonally measured with 2360 by 1640 screen resolution, 264 ppi, and it can deliver up to 500 nits screen brightness. When you read texts, while web browsing or with the documents and ebooks, you can see that it is crisp and clear. You will not see any pixelated text even it is zoomed, and it also has a decent camera, both the front and rear camera system. A friend of mine using this iPad 10th generation uses both the selfie camera, and instead of taking his phone out while when we are out, he quickly grabs his iPad 10th generation and starts taking photo using the rear camera. He finds the bigger screen real estate, the viewfinder kind of thing looks pretty good on his iPad 10th generation. So at times he likes taking photos, the colors and everything, that looks a little bit better in outdoor conditions. Totally his personal choice. And when it comes to the Apple Pencil compatibility, 10th generation supports the USB-C variant Apple recently launched and the first generation Apple Pencil. And it also supports the Magic Keyboard Folio model. If you are thinking about getting an Apple Magic Keyboard, you may consider that. Otherwise, you can use any third-party Bluetooth keyboards to connect and use it with your iPad 10th generation. It has dual stereo speakers and has Touch ID on the power button, which is located at the top. And on the sides, we have the volume controls, and the rear camera is a 12 megapixel sensor, which can be used for document scanning. Especially, it takes crisp and clear document photos, both low light and outdoor lighting conditions. Apple didn't refresh the iPad 10th generation this year, in 2024. Instead, they just reduced the price and kept the 10th generation still on sale, listed in Apple website. It is also suitable for basic gaming purposes, with most of the titles that is available in the App Store can be played on the iPad 10th generation. The only adjustment we have to make is the display is not fully laminated and it don't have anti-reflective coating similar to iPad Air models. But of course, it comes at a cost. So if you are short on budget and if you are able to find the iPad 10th generation in the market with good discounts, when you compare the price difference with the iPad Air, there is a huge difference, then you don't have to break your wallet and you can blindly go for the iPad 10th generation that will satisfy your purpose of iPad usage for the next few years. Normally, iPads work well with the software updates for 4 to 5 years without any issues. After that, we may notice some battery performance related issues depending on the type of applications we use. We can do the video editing works, do photo editing, and several 3D design sort of applications on the iPad 10th generation without any issues. So if your usage is going to be, casual web browsing, emails, and few games, then iPad 10th generation will definitely be a good choice if it fits your budget. The next comes the iPad Air model. Either the M1 model that we have recently reviewed in our channel or the iPad Air with the latest M2 processor that Apple released along with iPad Pro with M4 processor. I think that only if the budget isn't a problem and you need a little bit extra hardware upgrades, especially with the display upgrade, which also has a similar resolution, the 2360 by 1640 with the 264 ppi, exact same brightness as iPad 10th generation, but the difference it makes is it has fully laminated display and it has anti-reflective coating. Of course, we are going to wear a tempered glass or a screen protector that is going to increase the glossy display experience. But overall, when you look at it side by side, the iPad Air M1 processor, if you're going with a used or if you can find a stock with good discounts, you can of course choose the M1 iPad Air without a doubt. It brings the Apple Intelligence features and all other features for the next few years work. You can do the video editing with Final Cut Pro or the Luma Fusion and any other application, it has a best camera system which is very similar to the iPad 10th generation. Due to the display, you will see better results with the image processing, and overall the display experience will be little bit better on the iPad Air without any doubt. The price difference that you're going to pay will definitely make a noticeable difference between iPad 10th generation and iPad Air. And I think, personally, only if the budget allows, if there is no problem in spending 100 or 150 bucks extra, then you can go with the iPad Air without a doubt. The on-screen keyboard in both the devices are excellent. It of course blocks half of the screen. You can connect any Bluetooth keyboard if you don't want to get the Apple Magic Keyboard and use it for regular, computer related tasks like web browsing, word processing, and several other purposes. It fits well for your productivity related tasks. People normally use iPads with the things they repeatedly do in their laptop. So in such cases, like for attending the video meetings with FaceTime, Zoom application, and any other web-based or application-specific repeated works they do in their laptops, they prefer to go with the iPad as it offers excellent portability features. And when it comes to the file management, both models have the Files application. It is not something exact to the one we have in Android, but the Files app has a lot of improvement in, as it has, both models have USB-C port. You can use the USB-C pen drive adapter or SSDs to transfer files between the storage drive and the iPad storage easily with simple drag and drop. Other than the Apple Pencil, it also supports third-party stylus. I'll leave a link to them in the description and in the first comment. The one a friend of mine is actually using and finding it perfect for, note-taking purposes. So if you're a student and thinking about saving some money, then you may go with the iPad 10th generation and get this stylus. Otherwise, if your budget can be stretched a little bit and you want some better display experience, then you can go with the iPad Air and get this type of pencil to get your note-taking, basic sketch works, and few other tasks can be done easily with portable iPad and pencil setup. As a conclusion, if you need that M-series Apple chipset and Apple Intelligence features, which you may plan to use in future, and you want the fully laminated and anti-reflective coating display, then go with the iPad Air, stretching your budget a little bit higher. Otherwise, if you're short on budget and you don't want to spend too much on your iPad and you're planning to upgrade later, then for the next 2 to 3 years, absolutely iPad 10th generation will serve the purpose very well. If possible, do visit the nearest Apple store, experience both iPads, and personally, then you can make the decision whether to go for the iPad 10th generation or iPad Air. So based on the features, do share your thoughts in the comments which one you are planning to get. I hope the difference between iPad Air and iPad 10th generation helped you to make the decision today. Thank you so much for watching. For more, don't forget to subscribe. Have a wonderful day.